Good morning, Boilermakers, and welcome to our new student welcome session as we prepare to begin this spring semester. My name is Ryan Kirchner, Associate Director of Recruitment for the Polytechnic, and I hope you've had a great time getting acclimated to Purdue during your boiler cold rush experience and are ready to begin your time here at the university. Our session today will give you some more insight about what to expect this semester. So we have a mix of faculty and staff who will address some topics and answer questions related to your classroom experience, how the Polytechnic will protect you during those in-person activities that you'll have, and how to best prepare for the upcoming semester with support and guidance. And we'll also give you some advice on how you can find your community and get involved here at the university. So we have some established topics already that we want to cover, but we also want to know what questions you have. So if you're watching us on the big screen in the lecture hall, we understand there's an orientation student staff member there to type in some questions that you want to have answered for us. So let them know what those are and they'll type them in. We also have a couple of staff members and faculty responding to questions in the chat as well. Or if you have your own laptop or device that you want to connect onto YouTube, go to polytechnic.purdue.edu/live and click on the Boiler Cold Rush broadcast. You'll be able to submit those questions in that chat room there as well. So we'll have our panelists introduce themselves here in a minute and respond to those questions that you have. But before we get to that, I want to introduce Dr. Gary Bertoline. He's the Dean of the Polytechnic Institute and Distinguished Professor of Computer Graphics Technology and Computer and Information Technology here at Purdue. So Dean Bertoline, take it away.
Thank you, Ryan. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Purdue University. It's a really significant accomplishment for all of you to be here at Purdue. You may not know it, but it's very difficult to get to Purdue University. There's a lot of people that would like to be in your shoes this morning. So one of the things I want to emphasize to you is that you've been admitted because of the merits that we see in your ability to do well at Purdue. And one thing you should never forget is that we only admit students that we know can succeed. And so when you have some of those tough days, always come back to that you are here, we are here to help you succeed. You also need to understand that you're at one of the best universities in the solar system, as I like to say. Purdue University is well recognized across the planet for one of the best universities in the world. We have just been rated the top 5 innovative universities in the nation. One of the reasons is because of the Polytechnic. Over the last 5 or 6 years, we've done a lot of work to really transform the college to provide a much better learning experience for you as students and to prepare you for the world of work. You will have many opportunities to get internships, to find full-time employment, obviously, after you graduate. And our students and our graduates are very, very successful in business and industry. So seize the moment. Do what you can to do the best you can, because we are going to provide you with a great learning opportunity here. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to do the best that you can. One example of how the program continues to grow and improve, if you get a chance and walk by Conoy Hall, which is our main area for our programs, although we have labs and programs across campus, including at the airport for our flight program and our aviation programs in general. There's a huge construction project going on right now. It's tentatively titled the Gateway Building. It's the largest, it will be the largest academic building on campus. It is shared with engineering. It will open 4 classes 2 years from today, basically. And so if many of you, I assume, that are here this morning will be here in 2 years, and you will have be able to take full advantage of this. I also want to mention one other thing to just show you the transformation that's taken place in our college and some of the things that you'll learn. On this session is Nathan Mentzer. He's one of our finest professors that we have in the college. He teaches a course called Tech 120, and that course teaches you about design thinking. Many of you are required to take that course, and it's very unique that every student in a college learns about design thinking. This type of designing came out of Silicon Valley in California, and he does an amazing job, and the faculty that work with him do an amazing job. So many of you will be taking that course early on, and that's just one example of the creativity and the transformation that we've gone through here at Purdue University and in the Polytechnic. And so in summary, congratulations. You can do it. We're here to help you. You're going to hear a little bit more about that in detail, but I wish you the very best here at Purdue University. Boiler up.
All right, thank you very much, Dean Bertoline, for that welcome. Really appreciate that. All right, now we'll get into our topics, but first I'll have our panelists introduce themselves. So please share your name and your title, and then the department within the Polytechnic, and then if you're a faculty member, what kind of classes you teach as well. So we'll start with Toni. We'll go down my list here that I see.
Did you say Toni? Okay. Hi, my name is Toni Munguia. I'm the Director of Recruitment, Retention, and Diversity for the Polytechnic, and our office is called RRD, or Recruitment, Retention, and Diversity. And in the fall, usually I teach the Tech 101 course, Women in Technology, and the Women in Technology Learning Community. Thanks.
Great, thank you, Toni. And next up is Dawn.
Good morning. My name is Dawn Laux, and I am an associate department head and associate clinical professor in the Computer and Information Technology department. And I primarily teach a course on database fundamentals.
All right, thank you. And next up is Lauren.
Hello, my name is Lauren, and I'm an academic advisor in the Department of Computer and Information Technology.
All right, thank you. And next up, Nathan.
Good morning. My name is Nathan Mentzer. I'm a professor in technology, leadership, and innovation, and also jointly appointed in the College of Education. My primary role is our engineering and technology teacher education program, but today I'll be talking about the Tech 120 Design, Thinking, and Technology class that I'm also responsible for. Thanks.
Great. And last but not least, Tamara.
Hi, my name is Tamara Groll. I am an academic advisor in the School of Engineering Technology.
All right, thank you all very much. So we'll start with Dr. Mentzer and just kind of give us some insight about classroom etiquette and integrity, and any thoughts you can share with our students who may be starting or continuing their education, but here at Purdue.
Great, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that. I just want to start by sharing that we learn from our interactions, and our interactions since March have been largely constrained. The faculty are teachers because we're passionate about teaching, and students are here because we're passionate about learning to open the doors. And our interactions this spring are going to require a little more deliberate effort than normal. Many members of our academic community may be working from home. Students may even need to work remotely or study remotely on occasion. Your challenge this spring will be to figure out how to work in this new blended face-to-face and remote environment. We're not going to stop interacting, but our interactions may be a little different. We may use some software platforms like WebEx or Zoom or YouTube or Google Hangouts or Skype or WhatsApp to engage in communication. I'll be using Microsoft Teams as an example. We'll make it clear in our syllabi, in Brightspace, and in our course materials how to interact, but it might not be as simple as finding our office door. And each course that you have may, based on the course and the pedagogy and the instructor, may use a different platform and may use a different platform in a different way. And in fact, our interactions may change a little as our understanding of COVID evolves throughout the semester, because as we learn, we change our behavior. It'll be your challenge to take the initiative to figure out what are the approaches and how will we use them. So let's take a look at a photo in the classroom. We'll take a look at photo 1 here. Thanks, John. And this is a picture taken earlier this year of one of our classrooms. And as we think about what we're seeing in this image in terms of what the classroom looks like, I'd like to challenge us to think about 2 different philosophies that drive our decision making. The first one is, we're Purdue. Why can't we? Why can't we have whole groups of students interacting? Well, if we've got a couple of students that are in isolation and can't make it to class that day, how might we engage everyone so that we still have whole class environments? In our Tech 120 classes, the instructors will have headsets and we'll use Microsoft Teams to connect. In other classes, you'll find a variety of technologies that allow remote learners and face-to-face learners to have equitable learning experiences. We'll do it. Study groups, you may not have large study groups in a small room at the same time the way we used to. Perhaps you find bigger rooms. Perhaps you use some video conferencing software, Zoom, Google Hangouts, etc., to work together. In the past, we may have all gathered around a whiteboard very close to each other. This spring, perhaps we'll gather at a little bit greater distance on larger whiteboards or Google Jamboard or even digital whiteboards. If you want to talk to an instructor face-to-face, in the past you might have found the office door and hoped that they were there during office hours. Perhaps this time it's a video call and there may be a link in your instructor's syllabus or on the email template that says how to get a hold of your instructor via video call. It may actually be easier than trudging across campus in the cold and the snow this spring. If you want to show your instructor something, perhaps a webcam or screen sharing or sharing screen control so your instructor can help you on your computers. It'll be the same kinds of interactions, but just in a little bit different way. The second driving philosophy I'd like to share is about the global economy. If you look around at the global economy around us that you're heading into in just a couple of years as a future employee, the global economy uses all kinds of remote technology opportunities. For example, I gave a workshop at Roche Diabetes 2 years ago. They have over 100,000 employees in 10 different countries. They don't all get together for face-to-face meetings in person. Rather, there is remote working and they have remote meetings on a regular basis. We'll do the same thing here at Purdue. It'll actually help prepare you for that global economy even more strongly than in the past. So we're excited to be able to offer that. Our strength is in our hands-on team-based projects. They're just a little bit more complicated right now. Communicating with your instructor and your peers is even more important to make sure that we've set up the software correctly, that you've understood what your job is and what your task is. Send us a message. Let us know if something doesn't quite seem right. Let's take a look at photo 2. Here's another picture from our classroom. We've learned a couple things since this summer when we transitioned back to face-to-face and this fall as we transition into the spring. People wearing masks are a little harder to recognize. Don't be offended if your instructor or your peers don't recognize your names as quickly as you might expect. You may have to remind them. In our design thinking and technology class, you'll be required to have your webcam on and bring headsets to class or use headsets outside of class if you're remote. That way we can respect the Protect Purdue pledge and you can be engaged synchronously regardless of whether you're actually in the room or not. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Let's transition to picture 3. If you are remote and remotely participating in class, what you don't see in the background of this picture is that there's a whole classroom of students around this computer, and this computer is actually sitting on a desk in one of the classrooms with students around it. And this is a team of students. So we've got 4 students working together, 2 in the room and 2 remote. You can see the 2 remote students there in the image. If you're remote, for either it's a surprise, you get a phone call that you were exposed to somebody and you've got to be in isolation for a period of time. If you get that phone call, find yourself a quiet, distraction-free environment. That remote connection to class is just like being in class. Make sure you're professionally dressed, you've got a well-lit environment so you can see your peers and your peers can see you. You may need to alert the people around you. Say if you're in your dorm room, for example, how will you let your peers know, don't disturb me right now, I'm in class. Come up with a way of doing that so you can focus on class. Sometimes connecting from your dorm in your beanbag chair might be a relaxing environment. Is your mind in the game? Are you in the right space? So prepare yourself mentally to find a nice comfortable chair, be professionally dressed and in the right mindset for class. What happens if you can't connect? What happens if the link is broken or your internet connection's down? Prior to getting yourself in that situation, take a look at the syllabus and the course materials so you know what to do if you've got to do any troubleshooting at the last minute. And John, let's transition away from photo 3. Your faculty have been working tirelessly to prepare you for what certainly will be a labor-intensive spring term. Ask what you can do to help. Understand your faculty might not respond to email as quickly as you hope because we're all busy. So try to figure out your problems. If you're struggling with an assignment, double check the instructions. Ask a friend. Don't struggle too long, but do give it a good try before you reach out for help because we are all just a little bit bogged down. Holding yourself accountable in group projects is always hard, and it's even harder if you're remote. So if you're working remotely, spend a little extra time communicating and checking in with your peers. Figure out what your group norms are. When will you meet? Will you work kind of slow and steady from the time the assignment is given until the time the assignment is due? Or will you have a burst of energy at the last minute? Either of those approaches are fine, but talk to your peers in your project to make sure you're all on the same page, because it is stressful if one person's ready to work and one person wants to wait a little bit. At Purdue, we're going to make a couple assumptions. We're going to assume that you're here because you want a world-class, or as the dean mentioned, a solar system class education. The academic integrity of our institution relies on you and your learning. So be careful not to prioritize completing the assignment over learning while you are completing the assignment. You can Google and find an answer. You can copy a peer's assignment. You can accidentally confuse an individual assignment for a group assignment and turn in the same assignment as your partner. But learning is not measured in the number of assignments you complete. Rather, learning is a journey. Learning is measured by how much you understand after we're done with this experience. So it's hard, but take a little time, dig in, and focus on your learning this semester. I'm going to mention just a few words about safety. As we review the fall semester here at Purdue and really look broadly across the world and the country, we're reminded about a couple of things. Wearing masks properly, washing our hands, and sanitizing our equipment is really important. And your instructors and your peers will take this compliance very seriously. Not all masks are comfortable. If you've been in a home environment for some time and you have not been in a situation where you've had to wear a mask all day long, practice it today when we're done, or later tomorrow. Put on a mask, wear it all day long. Seems a little uncomfortable at first, but just like wearing a scarf or a hat, after the first couple of minutes, it becomes easy. It's a habit. Your mask elastic may stretch over time. Be aware in a couple of weeks that you might have to tighten up a little bit, because we will not tolerate a mask sliding down and it needs to cover your nose and mouth. If it slides down a little bit and it's just your mouth only, that will not be okay in our classrooms. Masks, distances, and shields make it a little harder to hear. Not being able to read facial expressions because your face or your mouth is covered up actually makes it a little harder to understand. So you may have to step up and project a little better this spring. If you're a little soft-spoken, sit near the front of the classroom and do a really good job projecting your voice. Let's take a look at photo 4. The classroom layouts may look a little different. The chairs may be a little further apart than usual. Desks may be a little further apart than usual. Your instructor and your peers may be just a little nervous. And be careful with your peer and your instructor's feelings, because when people are under stress, they can often be a little bit more sensitive. So we've got some minimum distances set up in the classrooms based on each classroom environment. And when we say a certain distance, be aware that some people might want a little more distance. So talk to them. Is it okay if I come over and help you here? Or can you come take a look at this? Communicate about what your needs are so that everybody can have a more comfortable spring term. These kinds of distances also make it hard to get to know each other, and a sense of community is really important in your college experience. We've discovered this fall that students on one side of the classroom may not even know students on the other side of the classroom, because we don't move around as much as we had in the past. I am very impressed to see students in the hallway lined up outside the class waiting 6 feet apart. But these kinds of distances, both in the hallway and in the classroom, make it harder to get to know your peers and establish a sense of community with each other. So take a moment, be deliberate, introduce yourself as distances permit. Something as simple as drinking water has changed. Make sure you pack a water bottle and you drink water between classes. Probably in most of your classes this spring, you will not be permitted to eat or drink. If you forget your water bottle and the water fountains are closed, you may be out of luck. So have a couple of bucks in your pocket if you need to buy a water bottle to get through your day on campus, because going all day without water is pretty tough. Let's transition away from photo 4. So your daily procedure will be to wait outside the classroom about 6 feet apart until the room is empty. Enter the room, grab a sanitizing wipe. The classrooms will have wipes. Wipe down both your desk and your chair. Make sure your mask is on properly the entire class period. At the end of the period, wipe down your desk and chair and then leave the room. As a habit, I go outside or I find a vacant room to grab a drink or a snack. I wash my hands and sanitize them before touching my face or opening a water bottle or eating. Thank you. Back to you, Ryan.
Awesome. Thank you, Nathan. That's a lot of great information and advice on how students can adjust to the situation and the classroom experiences they're going to have as well. And I'll turn it over to Dawn now to share a little bit about synchronous and asynchronous classrooms and how students will engage in both those types of activities within their class structures.
Thanks. So when you look at your class schedule for next week, it should be in the syllabus whether you will be face-to-face, or whether you'll be online, or whether you'll be in a hybrid. It should be at the top of the syllabus along with the meeting times. You might see something that says synchronous or asynchronous. If it says synchronous, that means that more than likely the professor is going to broadcast live. So if you're coming straight from high school, it's kind of like if your high school class did a Google Meet and you met live with your teacher, it'll be very similar to that. Now, if you see something that says asynchronous environment, that means that the faculty member will probably pre-record their lecture, and then you can watch that on your own time, but make sure you do that before you need to do the assignment, before the due date. Purdue does not subscribe to only one platform. So when you look at your schedule and you look at each of your class syllabi, just take a moment, write down what platform each instructor is planning on using. There's nothing wrong with writing things down. Post it up on a bulletin board or something in your dorm. I found that it's helpful to have all these different platforms preloaded on my desktop. That way I can just click on them based on which class I'll be dealing with. I would also let you know that right now all the faculty are busy trying to set their courses up for the semester. So you might not see your course out in Brightspace right now. The default for all of the courses on Brightspace, the courses are defaulted to open on Tuesday. So some professors like myself, I've already opened 2 of my 3 courses, but the other one I might wait until Tuesday. So don't panic if you can't see your course right now. Your professor's busy setting it up. And once you can get into Brightspace and see your course, again, the very first thing you should do in all your courses is go check that syllabus link. It's up in the upper left, and take note of how your professor is going to deliver the course. The other thing I just want to throw out there, just PSA, do not be afraid to contact your professor. We want to help you. We desperately want you to be successful. We're not in this to try to fail everybody. If you have a question, do not stew on it. Do not worry about it. Do not internalize it. Just ask us. We're happy to help you. And if it's something easy, we'll get back to you right away. If it's something more complicated, we might tell you, oh, I'll have to check on that, but give us the opportunity to help. Okay.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Dawn. And I'll even take a step further, write things down for sure. I always add just a calendar appointment for myself with the link to where I need to join. And Dawn, you have something else you want to add?
Yeah, sorry. That made me remember, in Brightspace, there is an option where you can sync your calendar to your Brightspace courses. So all of your due dates, because the faculty have been highly encouraged to put due dates on all of our assignments and quizzes and exams, you can sync say Outlook or Google Calendar, whatever you use, you can sync it to Brightspace, and all of your due dates and all of your course schedule will then show up on a calendar.
That's a great feature, and yeah, absolutely sync that calendar up and get those things in there so you know what's coming up for sure. That's awesome. Well, thank you both, Nathan and Don, for all that great insight about what to expect in the classroom and how to engage with your faculty and the students as well that you're going to be in the classroom with. I think it's really important to stay connected in whichever way it is possible for you to do that. Now I'm going to turn the time over to Tamara and Lauren, our two advisors that are here with us. Talk about just the advising experience and what to expect with that. So Tamara, we'll start with you and just kind of give our students a sense of how the advisors will connect with students and what's the best route to take when connecting with you as well.
Awesome, Ryan. I'm happy to help with that. This year, as in last semester or this semester as compared to last semester, we're still pretty much planning on meeting with our students virtually. So this means when you talk to your advisor, it's probably not going to be face to face. It's probably not going to be, sitting in our offices as we have done in the past. We contact students primarily using email and Boiler Connect. We use Boiler Connect to schedule appointments. There is also a feature in Boiler Connect. If you can please insert your cell phone number, it just provides us another way. If we desperately need to reach you really quickly, like, oh my gosh, there's one space in this class and you need to add it. Sometimes sending you a text is a great way to get a hold of you to let you know this is something you need to take care of. Boiler Connect is the official way to schedule a time with your advisor. When you meet, it might be in a Zoom room. I have a Zoom link that I send to my students. Other advisors like MS Teams there are several different meeting formats, and so it will depend upon your advisor as to which format they prefer and which one they're going to meet with you on. Some advisors, including myself, have drop-in times. If you Google your advisor's name, it should take you to their professional site. On their professional site, it should also list their drop-in hours. This is a time that I just open up my Zoom room. All you have to do, if you're meeting with me, is click on the Zoom link. You're going to go into the waiting room. I'm going to let you in, just in order of people appearing and answer your questions. It's kind of just taking the place of you being able to walk by my door and say, oh, I just have a quick question. This is an opportunity for you to do that with your advisor. So find out if your advisor does do drop-in times. That could be a great way for you, maybe just to ask a quick question. Of course, email is always an awesome thing to do. Lots of our doors will have a QR code on there that will also provide information, take you to the website for advisor availability. Email. Email is something we do a lot. We spend a lot of our time writing emails, answering emails. Please make sure you read emails from your advisor or from your department. There's a lot of good information in there, and you might save yourself going, oh, wait, what do I need to do about this? Well, it's probably in an email that we just sent you. So please go back through your email. Saves you having to contact us and us having to resend out something we just sent. So do utilize email. Understand we are fairly busy this semester. Going virtual is always a little bit more of a challenge at times. Advisors can take up to 48 hours to reply to an email. So just because you sent it last night at midnight doesn't mean you're going to get an 8 a.m. reply. You might not get a reply until the end of the day. It might take an extra day depending upon what's going on. Do know we do try to answer emails as quickly as possible. Try to turn them around within 24, but that doesn't always happen. So bear with us. We're doing our best. We have not forgotten about you. Please give us a chance and we will get back to you as quickly as possible. Another issue is maybe we're having a long conversation about how you're going to go about and do something, or maybe you're asking a question about something you asked earlier. Kind of hit reply all. Saves me having to go back through my email traffic to find that original email where you talked about this original problem, right? Can be really helpful if it's just all right there and I can see it right there in one email. Sometimes other people are copying on the email for additional information. getting into the habit of hitting reply all is not a bad idea. Now, if it really just needs to go back to one person, then that's fine. But if it's something that somebody else might need to know about, maybe you've got more than one advisor and you're talking to both of us at the same time, hit reply all so we all get the same messages, okay? Boiler Connect is, as I said, it's the official way to contact your advisor, schedule a time with them, meet with them. It's also a great way to contact BEST for academic coaching and mentoring, which is going to be discussed in just a bit. The Student Success Center. Your professors are all on Boiler Connect with their email information. And if you do have more than one assigned advisor, your advisors are all going to be listed on there as well. You can always call us. Many people, myself included, I do have my office phone forwarded to my cell phone. So if I've missed your message and I'm calling back, please pick up maybe a number you don't recognize, because that could be me. Okay. So just understand, we will do our best. Again, connecting with your advisor, we're here for you. We want you to talk to us, to ask us questions, to let us know what's going on. We are definitely here for you. We take this very, very seriously. Best ways to connect with us, again, just to reiterate, it's probably going to be email or Boiler Connect. So good luck. We look forward to working with you this semester.
All right, awesome, Tamara. Thank you for that great information. And then, Lauren, same kind of question to you. A little bit beyond class registration, that's certainly one of the functions of an advisor. What other support do you provide to students? And Tamara mentioned Boiler Connect. What else can be used in Boiler Connect to enhance the student success experience here?
There we go. Sorry. Yeah, most definitely. Boiler Connect is a great way to get a hold of us, schedule those meetings with us. As Tamara was saying, we have some form of office hours out there. Each advisor might be running that a little differently right now. So make sure you know how your advisor is functioning with that. And if you aren't sure, reach out, ask. We are here to be on your side, to help you navigate things. It's a big institution, and we understand that. And there's still times that we are trying to figure out who we're supposed to contact. So, let us help you. Don't make it such a hassle when you don't know kind of where to start, where to even go for that assistance. Let us, as your advisors, assist with that. There's a lot of things that we actually are the point people that can help you with that. Getting signatures from things, getting connected with instructors, maybe if there's confusion, we can help navigate those things. Another big one that transition from high school to college can be really hard sometimes to figure out, like note taking, or maybe you didn't really have to study in high school, but you get to college and you do now. So let's talk about study skills. What are you doing? What's worked in the past? What hasn't? How can we maybe get you connected to a peer success coach in the Academic Success Center? Maybe a program you didn't even know was an option to you. Come talk to us about all of the concerns that you're having. Utilize those office hours, utilize that email. Like Tamara said, a good majority of us have our office phones forwarded to our cell phones as well, so we can answer at home. However, if you don't leave me a voicemail, I can't call you back. All right, so please do leave us voicemails. Tell us who you are, how to get a hold of you, and then, like Tamara said, answer. It's 765 numbers typically. If you got to memorize that zip code or area code 765 is who's going to be calling you back. But yeah, there are other times too that I've helped students navigate maybe a concern with an instructor. If you aren't able to get a hold of the instructor at all, or maybe you're not sure how to approach a situation with an instructor, it can certainly feel intimidating sometimes to reach out and ask some of those questions. So let us help you. Let us talk through what that looks like, how you are being professional with it, because it's like Professor Laux, Professor Mentzer said, it's okay to ask questions. That's what we're all here for you, like to help make sure you're succeeding, kind of push you into those next steps that are going to accomplish your goals. So let's talk about that. Let us be on your side and clue us in to what those goals look like. Because then there might be times, like Tamara said, where, oh my gosh, there's this class we talked about, there's only one spot left, let's get you in it. And so I might send that text message. I've already sent a couple this morning, honestly, about some classes that had space in it. So these are things we're actively doing, and please do read those emails from us. We know right now you get a lot of emails. You do. Everything is digital, so you're getting more than you might normally, but it is important that you're reading that because it's all information you're responsible for. And if we're sending it out, there's a good reason. We want you to have that information to best prepare yourself moving forward too. So yeah, anything we can do just to help make your time here easier, that's what we're here to do. So please do reach out, build that connection.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, Lauren. Really appreciate all that info as well. All right, so now we'll kind of change gears a little bit and shift back to Toni, who's my boss in our Recruitment, Retention, Diversity office, to share a little bit about support, resources, and student organizations and how to get involved on campus.
Thanks, Ryan. Hello, everyone, and it is my pleasure also to welcome you to Purdue and the Purdue Polytechnic. We're so glad that you're going to be part of our college. I'm going to introduce the RRD, which is the Recruitment, Retention, and Diversity Office. We are probably one of the few front-facing offices right now in Conoy Hall. We're in Conoy 150. We have a team of 5 folks, and there's usually someone here every day, Monday through Friday. You've probably received some correspondence from us, as you were investigating or applying, or maybe even after you've been accepted. So hopefully, our faces or some of us are a little familiar to you. We are here to kind of provide support, share services, resources, and kind of help you get connected. But I do want to say that your advisors are your first point of contact. We have, and I may be biased, but we have the best advisors across campus. They are great and they're wonderful. So definitely go to them, but we're here also to support and share and get you connected as well. And now, just like the advisors, you can set up meetings with us through Boiler Connect. They can be virtual or one-on-one. You can go to the RRD, and I think in Conoy 150, that's how you can find us. You've learned a lot about academics. You've had some great advice on how to be successful and what you need to do in your classes. I want to share just a couple of different services that we provide through our office as well. And I think Tamara alluded to one of them. The first one is BEST, Building Excellence for Students in Technology. And this is an academic support program where you can get an academic coach or like a personal trainer. When you go to the gym, it's cool to have a personal trainer, someone that's going to help you specifically with exercises or certain things that you want to work on. Well, the BEST coach will do that as well, but academically for the specific course that you're taking. Let's say maybe you not sure about a certain course, you're not very confident, or you've taken the first exam and oh my goodness, this is not what you expected. And so definitely, reach out and get a BEST mentor, someone that can help you, has already taken the course and can be that coach that you're going to need to help you get through it and be successful. Also, we have something called a math and physics support. This is tutoring, free tutoring, and BEST is free as well, where you can get a tutor to help you with your math course or the physics courses that you are taking. And this is a recommendation that I would give to you. Sign up for these things now or look into them now and be proactive. You don't know what it's going to be like, but it's nice to have an academic coach or someone that can help you and set up a certain time with them, because for BEST, they are, specific to your schedule and their schedule, and you guys kind of work it out together. For the math and physics, we have in-person tutoring, and we also have some virtual ones. And look on the website and see under current student, and there you can see all the different services that we provide. And I'm not sure if John is posting those up or not, but yeah, definitely find those links and set up for them. Now, with that, the college and college life is more than just academics. We want you to get involved. We want you to have a good time while you're here. And so get involved with different student organizations. Find, your passion in places where, they are the right fit. Purdue has over 1,000 different student organizations, and our college has about 50 to 60 different ones. You can find all the different student organizations through Boiler Link. Just type in Boiler Link Purdue, and you can see alphabetically by interests, all the different organizations that are available. We have Cause for Pause, we have 3D Printing Club, you know, Acapellas, sports clubs, music clubs, Disney clubs, you name it, they're out there. They're related to your major, they're just fun or social organizations. But in these organizations, they can help you with, you know, gaining leadership skills. They can help you with building your resume. It's something to talk about besides your academics if you're going into an interview, and you know they want to know a little bit more about you, and you can talk about the clubs and things that you're involved with. In the Polytechnic, we have, like I said, 50 to 60. Some of them are college-wide organizations. First one is the Student Ambassadors, which Ryan oversees. And I know after you've got your first GPA, he would love for you to be involved and be an ambassador and share your experiences to parents and prospective students. We also have the Minority Technology Association, which is a program. It's open to all students, but it focuses on cultural and some of our issues for our underrepresented students. Their call out is January 26th, and you'll get an invitation. We'll send something out through our Techie News, which Ryan oversees that as well. We also have our Women in Technology student organization, and their call out is February 1st. We have the Polytechnic Student Council. And there are just lots of activities to keep you engaged. For example, this week, starting January 19th, the Minority Technology Association has their Dream Wall. They have a big poster of Martin Luther King and I Have a Dream, and they ask, what is your dream? And you can share your dreams and how you can make a difference in the world. Other organizations pertaining to the college, every single department has different organizations. For example, aviation has Purdue Flight Team. They have Purdue Professional Pilots. They have Global Aviation Leadership Association. Construction Management has the BCM Mentors. They have National Association of Home Builders. Computer Graphics has ACM SIGGRAPH. Computer and Information has the CIT Student Council. They have Women in Cybersecurity. They even have something called Purdue University Chapter of the Order of the Sword and Shield. Find out what that is all about. It's really cool. Engineering Technology has AMAT. They have Society of Manufacturing Engineers. They have EcoCar 2, they have Society of Automotive Engineers, they have First Robotics. I mean, there's tons of them. And then Technology, Leadership, and Innovation has several as well. I'm just going to mention the Purdue Association of Leaders, a student in free enterprise. So lots and lots of different opportunities for you to get connected with other students, opportunities for you to, you know, get leadership skills. Just get involved. That's the key. Get involved. It will strengthen you as a person. It will help you with that sense of belonging. It will help build your community. And, you know, I think have a really good college experience. Now, besides student organizations, Purdue also has amazing cultural centers. We have the Center for Career Opportunities. And hopefully you're learning a little bit about those things in your other meetings today. We have an Office of Globalization, all sorts of things. I want to let you know that the Polytechnic does have a job fair coming up on February 3rd from 10 to 4 p.m. And definitely get involved with CCO to build your resume, learn about interviewing skills, and all those types of things as well. So finally, just connect with us, connect with your professors, connect with your advisors, connect with the RRD office. If you're looking to get involved, if you need academic assistance, or you just need to know a little bit about resources and just someone to speak with. We're here in Conoy 150. Also, you can connect with us send a question at techrecruit@purdue.edu as well. And the final thing is, every year we give students an I'm a Techie shirt. And we gave them to the students that started in the fall, and we want to give them to you as well. And this is what the shirts look like. The back has the I'm a Techie, you know, kind of logo. And then the front is kind of simple, just have a nice little logo of Purdue and the Polytechnic as well. And so these are available to you if you come to Conoy 150. Starting Tuesday, January 19th, again from 8 to 5 o'clock. We will be open, and just come in and get your t-shirt. Bring your student ID, because that's kind of how we keep track of who's gotten them as well. And with that, thank you for listening. Have a great semester and have a great day. Thanks, Ryan. It's yours.
All right. Thank you very much, Toni, for all that great insight. And she mentioned a lot of different student organizations that we have, and you can find that through the current students link on the Polytechnic homepage. But you can also check out every organization that's available at Purdue going through Boiler Link. So that's where you want to check that out to find other organizations that you might be interested in as well. So as we wrap up our session today, I just want to have a quick reminder for you, if you're not already familiar with the Protect Purdue Pledge and what is asked of you, to wearing your mask on and off campus, washing your hands and use sanitizer, cleaning your desks and classrooms, spaces like Nathan mentioned as well. The goal is protect yourself, protect others, and then ultimately protecting Purdue as well. Toni mentioned our Techie News weekly newsletter. We send that out just with updates about what's going on throughout the university and the college as well. So keep an eye on that, and just in general, read your email, because there's important information like people have shared already today that you're going to see through that in that email address that you get. So, and lastly, John, if you, our technical director, if you noticed throughout the presentation today, there's some different links that he was sharing on our graphics. You can review this this broadcast as well, going to polytechnic.purdue.edu/live and look for the Boiler Cold Rush broadcast, and you can watch this again and see those links that we talked about and that John shared, just to get that reference and that information again as well. So just want to say thank you all very much for watching today. Welcome to Purdue University. Thank you to Dean Bertoline and all of our panelists as well. Like Toni mentioned, if you have any other questions, stop by Conoy 150 or reach out to us at techrecruit@purdue.edu. So thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your day and good luck this semester coming up. Welcome to Purdue, and boiler up.
Any questions?